Now that we are indeed feeling good now, after that session, it's perhaps time to ask about how good we feel when we move. I mean, how does the future of mobility look like in an AI-powered world? Let's find out from Assistant Professor Nakasit Numbong, Secretary at the Smart Mobility Research Center, Chulalongkorn University, from his session, Future of Mobility at Scale.
Hi, I'm glad to be here to share about the information and the progress of how Thailand prepared ourselves for the next generation automotive. As you know, that next generation automotive include with the 4 trends. The first one is about the electric vehicles, connected vehicles, autonomous vehicles, and share and mobility services. These 4 trends is very important for the society because it can improve our life quality in society, because electric vehicle can reduce the emission, connected and autonomous vehicle can enhance the safety of driving and also bring us with more convenience in mobility. Share and mobility services bring us with more access to the mobility, and also we can have more in reasonable price and for the mobility in the societies. To do that, the government need to prepare a lot for bring that technology to our society. So today I would like to share that with you about how Thailand prepare for that next generation automotive. Okay, for the effort to meet the goal of 30% of new car production in Thailand in 2030 to be EV, I think it's very challenging. Okay, now Thailand has the blueprint for the EVs for the short, medium, and long term. For the long term in 2030, we hope that we will have the vehicles as an EV on the street about 750,000 cars, and for the new produced car in that year will be EV. To do that, we prepare a lot of effort on the demand and supply side. For that, we change the excise tax, okay, to promote the usage of electric vehicles and also the low emission vehicles. You can see that the tax rate for the hybrid vehicle, plug-in hybrid vehicles, and battery electric vehicle is lower than the internal combustion engine vehicles, because we would like to promote that. And for the BEV, there has more advantage in the tax reduction, because we have the promotion year until 2022 that the tax will be 0 for the excise tax for the BEV, and it will increase to 2% in after that. But we believe that we can make EV market from this tax exemption or tax reduction. And also on the demand side, we have the Board of Investment, BOI, that set up for the package for the promotion of the investment in EV industry in Thailand, including the package for the passenger car manufacturer, and also for the motorcycle, 3-wheelers, bus and trucks, and also for the ferry and ships. We see that the EV is not only the ground vehicle, but including with the other kind of vehicle that use electric vehicle, because they will share some major component together. For example, the battery, that's a very important part. And recently we have the committee that appointed by the Prime Minister himself. They call it the National Electric Vehicle Policy Committee. This committee was established last year to enhance the implementation of the policy and take care for the overall pictures of the EV promotion in Thailand, both supply and demand side. And we believe that this committee will have more efficient and effective ways to implement the policy in Thailand for the EVs. And this year, from the meeting on March, they have a vision from these committees that Thailand is the world's major production base of electric vehicles and parts. And we have the new goal that very tough is that 2035, the new registered cars in Thailand must be electric vehicles, or we call it a zero emission vehicle or ZEV. It is a very challenging goal because you imagine that on that years you cannot have the internal combustion engine available in the market anymore. All will be electric vehicles. So we have to do a lot of work to prepare for that. And for this committee, they have the urgent measure as the first one is to stimulate the market of the electric vehicle in Thailand, and also prepare for the standard and regulation. For example, the battery for the vehicle itself, and also to provide the some promotion of the EV market by using the procurement of the government. For example, for the electric buses in Bangkok. And they also have the measure for the longer term, for the 1 to 5 years. They have to adjust the tax structure to allow the customer who buy EV have more advantage. And also we need to deal with the old vehicles, how we do with the old vehicle end of life. And also for the EV itself, when it's come to the end of life, how we deal with the scrap cars, and also the batteries, and also the vehicles. And also we need to prepare for the infrastructure to allow the customer to use EVs with no worries about the charging stations and range. And also lastly, but very important thing is about to provide the development of the personnel, for example, engineer, technicians, to support in our industry of EV in Thailand. Okay, to enhance the adoption of EV in Thailand, we have to prepare for laws and regulation. As you know that to use electric vehicle, we need to have the ecosystem to support for usage of EV. For example, infrastructure, law and regulations, and also the demand and supply side of the electric vehicle industry. Focusing on the infrastructure, when you use electric vehicle, you need to charge the battery of the electric vehicles in your home or outside during your trip. And to allow the customer to feel with no worry about using EV, we need to prepare for a lot of charging station. And charging station need a lot of regulations to support that. First is about the safety regulation, and also about the regulation for the communication between charging station and the grid, and also the regulation for the selling of the electricity, about regulation of the price and who can sell that electricity. Because in the business of the charging station, there will be a lot of private sector that would like to play this major role in business. But in Thai laws before, we allow only some organizations that can sell electricity. So we need to deal with that problem to unlock that for the business to be expand for the charging station. And also for the vehicle itself, we have the organization called Thai Industrial Standard Institute, or TC. They developed a lot of standards, more than 40 now, adopting from international standards, including UNR 85, UNR 100, and UNR 136. And to support that standard, we also preparing for the testing center for the battery in Chachoengsao province, and also the proving ground for the vehicle, for the wheel and tire, and also the EV. And for the demand side, we have the the procurement from the government that try to increase the number of the EV required in the market. And also we set up for the tax that I mentioned before. So we need to change some laws to allow that we can change the tax structure to enhance the usage of EV in our market. And also we need to do about the harmonization between many viable electric vehicles and the charging station. So we need to do about the type of the charging, and also about the changing of the battery if you're talking about the swapping of the battery for the motorcycle. So this is in under consideration of the our government now about how to prepare for the regulation. For Smart Mobility Center, we established this center almost 10 years now. We have a purpose to network for the smart mobility in our university at Chulalongkorn University. And we have 3 themes for our research. First is about the safety, smart, and sustainability. For safety, we try to reduce the accidents. So we focus on the driver behaviors. That is one of the important cause of the accidents. And then we research on the advanced driver assistance systems, or ADAS. And nowadays we move on to autonomous vehicle that we believe that will be the very important technology for the future to reduce accidents. The second thing is about the smart. We work on the smart mobility, ITS, Intelligent Transportation Systems, and also for the new mobility business and connected vehicles. The connected vehicle will allow us to have more safety in driving and also can enhance for the new business that are viable. And the third one is the sustainability. We focus on the electric vehicles and future mobility service. As you know that nowadays we have the ride-hailing services and also the service called the mobility as a service that you can subscribe for the mobility per month, and you can go ride on any kinds of mobility in the cities without one-time ride paying. So it looks like you subscribe for your mobile phone and you can use as much as possible for the promotion, for the package that you apply for. We have to approach for our contribution of research center. The first one is about to develop the technology. The second one is about to deploy the technology to society. For developing the technology, we developed many about the ADAS and autonomous vehicle recently. We used the driving simulator to study about the driver behaviors, and we have 3 prototypes for the autonomous vehicles that are available for the delivery service and also for the people mover service or the shuttle service. And mostly we test our prototype in our campus at Chulalongkorn University. And in the near future, we will expand our test and pilot area to be outside the campus. But we need to have some regulation for the public test first. Because when we have the test in the outside of the university, we will have more expand of our research to the public. And then the people outside will know about this technology and also can experience with the technology. First of all, can ride on the autonomous vehicles and know how it is, how it's safe, how it operates. So it's linked to the second theme of our work is about the deployment of technology to society. So we work with many stakeholders to bring information to the public about how is the technology of automotive in the future and how the benefit you will get from that. So we have the Automotive Engineering Forum that we have experts from international and domestic to share the research information of that technology to engineers Thailand. We have the CAV Roundtable that bring people together for the promotion of the connected and autonomous vehicle in Thailand. And also we have worked as a part of the team that make the policy recommendation for the government in the next generation automotive. And recently we work on the connected and autonomous vehicle, and that we will submit the report soon to the Ministry of Industry. So that is about the highlight of our work of the Smart Mobility Research Center. For the connected and autonomous vehicle roundtable, this is the forum that we and our partner established 2 years ago. This forum is to gather people and organizations together to promote for the connected and autonomous vehicle in Thailand. As you know that the connected and autonomous vehicle is the new technology, and it's not easy to implement in our society like the normal technology, because it is so complicated and it needs some support, a lot of support from government and private side. For example, you would like to use autonomous vehicle in Thailand now. It's not possible because we don't have anything support that technology in laws and regulation. If you have some accident, you need to rely on the laws for the normal cars. So it is hard to bring the new technology to the society because there are some bottlenecks in the law and regulation. And also for the customer acceptance, how do people know that this new technology is good or there will be some benefit for them? So we need to bring this information to the public to know that how is good, how is the benefit that you will get from the CAV technology. For that, the government cannot work alone, the private side cannot work alone. So we have to work together, and this roundtable is kind of forum that bring everyone together to talk, to do activity together, to bring this technology to the society as fast as possible. And we work on both sides from the supply and demand side. Because of if you focus on only one side, will be not balanced, because we need to develop our industry for CAV2. So we need to bring on both supply and demand side to work together. And as a goal, we need to set up some policy recommendation for the government as part of the guide to them to work on. So we would like to work together with the many stakeholders and bring the benefit to the society as fast as possible by using this technology. That's about our roundtable. The more challenge of developing technology is to bring that technology to society and how we can bring the benefit to the society.